Well, hey, how's everybody doing? I'm out just taking a stroll through the neighborhood, enjoying another day of, well, it's not cold, but it's kind of mid 50s. I understand tomorrow we're going to drop down into, I think the highs are going to be up around 32, lows going down around 7. But it's just a beautiful day. And what was coming to my mind was that it reminds me of the first time that I recognized I was looking at the greatest artist ever one day. And I was out in the woods and I was looking around and it just dawned on me. And as I walk around today, I'm seeing something similar. I want you to see the abstractness that I'm seeing. I mean, as you look down here, you can see how there's nothing in what I would call an organized space. And yet it somehow brings beauty, not just to, the landscape, but to the person who walks by and gets a chance to unwind, take a deep breath. Yeah, that was something that just amazed me, because I see that in the things that God does. God creates things not in a straight line. There's some turns and some hills and some valleys, and it's kind of like a metaphor to the life that we ourselves are going to be living. We'll have those times in the valley where we think we're doing all right, but then we learn something that the valley can flood, and depending on your preparedness, you and that valley will become one. But anyway, I don't want to get into all of that, but in my understanding of the abstractness of God, the beauty of it all is God spoke to people in different ways, much like language. Yo quiero hablar de español. If not, then of course you're going to try English, and then of course, and you go on and on until you find a way to get to their hearts. And in recognizing that, I understood the abstractness of the Spirit of God, because it existed in Islam, it existed in the Sikhs, it existed in the Buddhists, and it still exists in Christians. Now, the problem is identifying those who are not fanaticals, because the fanaticals, they're the ones that mess it up for everybody. They want to make it sound like it's only, God is there just for them. God didn't create us all because he just wanted to watch us fight each other. This is an opportunity, because the mind of God is so big. This is an opportunity for us to learn from each other, so that when we do go and stand in front of God, we might understand the other man's point of view, because we are not the one judging them. God is. So this whole idea about we have to make people in America only be Christians is against the teaching. It is against the teaching. Let me just say it. Because never did I ever hear Jesus say, you got to be, as much as God or Jesus would say, I'm not going to fight you, but I'm knocking at the door. It's up to you. It's up to you. But I want to go back a little bit, because when I was in New Mexico, I began to sit around with the Native Americans in the Sweat Lodge, and I began to understand their way of seeing God as well. You see, the Native American looks upon the earth itself, which even in the Bible is spoke of about this being the footstool of God. So the Native American would look upon the earth and find their inspiration for God. And I fell in love with that, because in that shows you visible proof that God is an abstract artist. We need to become abstract to understand the other spiritualities, not to say we give up on our own, but so that our own might grow and flourish with them. Because in today's time, I kid you not, the people who are in power, if you hold up the Bible and say, aren't they Christian? You might say like I say, Anyway, you guys have a great day. I'm just going to continue to enjoy this walk. Bye.